Hi guys, welcome to another video from Hiking and Bushcraft. This week I'm going to be looking at showing you how I make my char-cloth. So we're going to run over the steps of it. We're doing it in the house and home, good ventilation, nice and easy to use, controlled flames. You can get a good quality char-cloth which is nice and easy to use either with the ferro rod or with what I prefer, the flint and steel. So let's crack on and I'll show you how it's made. Okay guys, so here's what you need for making char-cloth. Okay, the first thing you're going to need is a good airtight tin. It must be airtight. This is well used, and also you'll need a single hole in it, and that's purely while you're making the char-cloth it's going to give off a gas and it will burn away, and I actually like to use it as an indicator, as you'll see, because as soon as the gas is done generally the char-cloth is done. Alright, so that's my tin. For the demonstration purposes I'm going to be using the scissors. If I was out in the field I'd just be using a knife. Obviously just be careful doing it guys, if it is sharp it's going to hurt. And this is what I like to use to make my char-cloth. Okay, this is just an old pair of jeans that I've got. As you see I've slowly been working my way through them. We'll cut up the pieces and we'll get it all started, and then I'll show you how I run through it. Okay. Right, okay guys, so all I've done there is basically cut out those segments there. Now you don't want too much in the tin at one point, otherwise what you tend to have is that all this top layer, all the bottom layer and all around the outsides will be done, but you'll end up with like a little bit in the middle that will still be mostly jean and it won't actually be char-cloth. So when you get it out in the field, I've had it a few times, it just doesn't take at all. You need to have that air gaps and not too dense in order for it to really turn into char-cloth. Okay, so those are the bits there. What we simply do, we put them in the tin, close that up, and it's ready to go on the gas hob. Okay then guys, so we're going to start away now. I'll get this over the heat and you'll see the smoke coming from it. That is the gas as well. Okay, it won't be at first but then builds up. As you'll see, I've basically got some large cocktail sticks, some water by the side, and basically when it starts lighting you'll see that you'll start getting a continuous flame. It will go out occasionally but I'll just keep it relit to the point where it will just keep going. Okay, let's begin. see guys, the flame has gone out. So what I'm going to do now, just attempt to relight it, just to see if there is anything left there. There is a little bit. Just want to keep it going at the moment. Make sure that char cloth is completely formed. Virtually there. These cocktail sticks are absolutely really handy for this. Keeps your hands away from the heat. As you see guys, there's absolutely no, it's just a little tiny flame there. And that could be from residue within the tin. Right, get that out. Let's get the heat turned off. Okay guys, it's been about 10-15 minutes. The pot has actually cooled down nicely. See, the lid comes off. Inside is our char cloth. All I like to do is just take each layer apart, make sure it is all formed, which, looking at it, looks all good. I suppose the only other thing to do, so let's give it a test out. Let's put a spark against it and see if it works. Right, okay guys, what we need then is my tinder pouch, which is there. We've also got a tray. We'll put the hot embers into that just to make sure it's all okay. No fires are caused. So the most important thing, need the flint. Here's my steel. I'll also show you with the ferro rod as well, just so you get a real comparison of the technique. Okay, pop that there. Now with the flint, you need to find a nice sharp edge, something that's going to grip the metal as you strike it. So that looks okay. So just take the top piece off here. We lay that on. Now, I hope you can see, but there is a slight gap in between. And all we're going to do is strike it, and hopefully it doesn't take too long. And there we go guys. Hopefully you can see that. We have a nice burning ember straight away. And it's still going. There we go. And that is just from one, well, see two sparks there. You see, that is really good char cloth. It takes straight away. So let's put that in there. I'll use I can save some of that. And all I'm going to do is just take off the burning piece. Okay. So I'll show you now with the rod, and again, should take nice, good spark. And there we go guys. Here again, still sparking, still going, nice hot ember. Put that in the tray. Let's make sure that's fully extinguished. I particularly want my kitchen burnt down. So So there we go guys, it's a nice simple easy technique to use to make the char cloth. It is again one of the best materials if you are going out into the woods. It is thoroughly enjoyable to do, especially when you use more traditionals, flint and steel. It is a technique and it is something I love to do. So I hope you join me again on one of my next videos. Hopefully we'll be doing more making videos, more instructional. We'll get out in the woods as well, and we'll do some more there as well. If you like the videos, please subscribe. Go on my YouTube channel. You can also follow me on Instagram, Hiking and Bushcraft Official, and just give it a like, give it a thumbs up, and I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks very much. Cheers.